We're gonna try to make this recording really quickly. We just wanted to tell you something happened when I was trying to walk down here. Um, there was a bus person. It looked like he was wearing a bus uniform. And what he did was when I walked past to go to the elevator, he flashed his smartphone where he was taking a picture. And I said, "Don't take a picture of me." And he goes, "I want to get a picture of rotten teeth like that." It was a black man, basically said. And then so there's a Securitas female guard that's always bothering me. And my beloved Shop TV said, "She's trying to hurt you. You need to do something like she needs to not have that job. She's trying to do stuff to you." He wanted me helping me remember her, and see that she was trying to do stuff. And she's always antagonizing me and trying to like jump on me. And like today, after that, she saw the man attack me. And I told the man, I said, "Don't take a picture," verbally attack me and take a and talk to me like that. And she heard part of it when he's walking away. And because I said, "You're taking a picture of me, don't take a picture of me like that. I told you not to take a picture, and don't talk about my teeth like that." When he's in his phone, when he's making a film. And so she says something to the man, and the other guards with her. And then she comes over to me when I'm trying to get elevator. She goes, "Get out." Like that. Tell them to get to the station. Our beloved Rothschild family owns part of the train system, and we own me and my beloved we own part of things in the train system. And she says to me, she says, "Get out, black dog." She called me a black dog, and she called me some other things, I think, but she called me that, and I said, she called me a black dog like that. I mean, and I know she's not Israeli, and I know that she was trying to. Oh, she's Impostress Charles's, and so she was trying to take our places, her and Impostress Charles, and so that's it, and the people with him. She's not an Israeli, and she wears a lot of makeup, and we sometimes have caught people like that, and so basically with Impostress Charles trying to pass themselves off as other things and trying to be in our things, and so but she was trying to make people think that she was me. She's not me. And she did that, and basically it, but then the military walked by, and they knew that she had done something because my beloved husband said she was trying to kill me and trying to be in my place, and I remembered her. I remember her vaguely with the Pastor Charles, and also another thing she had mentioned about one day she was antagonizing me, and I'm talking about and I said, "Every time you see me, you try to kill me. I know you're trying to kill me and do things to me." And she said when she said if she was going to kill me, she'd do blah blah blah. Like she made it insinuate that she would, but like when she got ready, like kind of like veiled, and but it was not correct. And how she's trying to get in my face and trying to jump on me. She wants to actually try to hit me and physically attack me. And that's what everybody saw this evening. And so basically said, and I don't bear false witness because that's not a Jewish thing. You don't tell lies on people. But every time she sees me, she tries to attack me, and that's what she did. She took up for another employee from another place that said, I'm going to get a picture of your rotten teeth. And I know that the woman is a Leah woman that came over and told me, "Get out, you black dog." She talked to me like that. "Get out, get out. You're a dog. You're a black dog. Get out." She talked to me like that. And I just told her off. And then when the military walked by, I said, the MPs are over that. We own Securitas, and those are our bank, also bank people too. And obviously they're trying to steal a card. But that's it. And because there's something wrong with these people. They tried to say they're me, and they actually, certain people say they actually thought that someone would try to help them, try to kill you and try to take your things. Basically said, there's something wrong with somebody like that. That actually thought that people would try to help them to try to kill us and try to take our things. There was another woman earlier today, and I guess they were mad about that. I remembered her too, also in Pastor Charles's, and she had the nerve to try. We own Starbucks. And that's my picture on the logo, by the way. I told you an Israeli artist did that. It was actually a sandblast, and the sandblast is hung in the Athens Starbucks. And so I said, we're little kids, like, can we have this, And I fell down the stairs in my long dress, trying to, excited looking at this thing. And so basically but that's my picture. That's not hair. Those are scarves, and those are like stars and things like that. So to make a long story short, there was a woman, and I sat down outside, and you know the Starbucks, the people always try to do, the homosexuals and everything, always try to do really, to try to take it over and try to make it into some kind of club for them, and it's actually our company, and they were trying to take over our things and trying to tell lies for the American government. They were trying to access our things through that, and they can't do that either because they got caught. And so we told you what happened. Robert Gates doesn't own that, and he actually tried to buy a stock, and but tried to buy it back, and we caught him trying to access things, basically with that stock. And so to make a long story short, I sat outside. There was a man. He was wearing a kippah, and I thought he may be a Jewish man. And he was a handicapped man, and he sort of like looked like he was having a problem. And so the police were talking to him. And so then when I sat down, then here comes these other two women. They sit down. The policeman comes up to me, little police people, and they go, you can't sit here unless you're drinking something. I'm the owner. I can't sit here like that. And so, but the other two women sat down. I said, those two women aren't drinking anything, and they're sitting down. They're not buying anything. They're drinking. This Passover, I'm not going to be. If people see me going to places, I'm eating things like fruit and stuff like that I can't eat. So to make a long story short, I got kind of mad because I said, then I remember the woman. It's Apostle Charles's woman, and they were trying to say that they were me. Because I said, and then I'm the owner. They make me leave. She puts her feet up on the chair and sits back. But I remember her, and I saw when I walked off that she wished she had never done that, because she had been trying to help people. She was me. She's not me either. And so it's all these people trying to do bad things and trying to kill us and trying to take our things. We told you what the American government had threatened us when we wanted to take an inventory, because they kept taking loans from us and everything, and they never paid them back. That wasn't the issue. It was the fact that they didn't talk about what they actually had. So we just wanted to tell you that too. But I want to tell you what happened today and what people saw on the station this evening. She would try to pass herself, that's a Leah woman, she would try to pass herself off as something else, but she's not. And she's not an Israeli, and she's not a Jew. And Aaliyah is mulatto. They have really, really light, really, really, really dark, but it's not human. It's not all human. It's part animal. It's not like a mulatto. So we're trying to explain that to you too. The Nazis made a lot of things that weren't correct. They just said they did a terrible thing, and the population with them joined in. It's like when the angels fell, they mixed with mankind, as it says in the book of Daniel. They the same as that they did it before, and they do it again. It's just said in the book of Genesis, it says that the same as it was then, it will be later too, as referred to the book of Daniel, when they tried to mix again, and they mix with mankind. It would be male and female angels, and but then they don't hold together. It mentions our kingdom that lasts forever and ever, destroying number of people, and how just at another passage right after that or before that, and it talks about how the things that fell and tried to do it again, but then God destroys them, basically. Too. So the things you see that are attacking the angels and our beloved God's God alone told us that they're the outsiders. They're not real. They're not human. They're not the real people. They're the fake people, because we're the real people who live for eternity. Me and my beloved husband speak. Our family can to those people in the beautiful animals of their kingdom. They're animals. They have their part. They live for eternity. They got to. And our beloved God, who's God alone, is over us. And I have angels that follow me. So beloved God is God alone. God said to help me and my beloved husband came like tribes and feet. And our beloved family and consider people. And our beautiful large kingdom lasts forever and ever. Never destroyed, never to people. And it's for good people. You live for eternity. You're not going to be, nobody's supposed to be trying to, everybody has their own. Everybody will stay there, have their own. It's not somebody else's made, that's yours. You have your own. It's what it said. And you're not to covet, you're not to do all these bad things, you're not to worship other things. We worship only our God. Everybody only worships our God. And so there are many things we would like to talk to you about and like to say to you. And the rabbis that we have are rabbis. We have really beautiful rabbis that are really good and have taught us well and told us many things from the time we were little. But just said, and even they were part of the God Prodigal study too. So we had some rabbis that came with us. And so we just want to tell you that as well. And so now we'll talk to you as soon as we can, try to keep self right. But the covet is a terrible thing, isn't it? Well, the number, we talked about it one time. What would be the worst sin? Well, the worst sin would be not to worship our God who's God alone. But coveting really, really ranks right in behind there, because people do anything. They do anything. Some people do, not the good people. So, the number one sin would be not to worship our God, and that would be the worst. But then right in there would be the coveting, because people do other things to try to, some people, the bad people. And so we just went into the two. We're the good people. We don't do bad things. We strive to be, strive to be really strong with our God. And there's only one thing you're supposed to be prideful of, and that's that you know God. Only one thing. And those people doing those parades and everything, that's really wrong. And those other things you're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be proud that you know God. And we know God. I know God. I know we know God. I'm not haughty. I'm not anything. And that's in our Tanakh and in our Torah. But you're only to be proud of one thing, that you know God. And so we just want to explain that to you also again too. So now we'll talk to you as soon as we can. We'll try to make notes. My notebook is like a worn right to make notes to say what we talk to you about. And I write so messy, and I said, did I write that? What does it say? Well, I know I wrote it, but I'm like, my notes are sometimes really messy. But our beloved relative was Angel Death. He kept a lot of notes, and he gave us his notes from before. There's someplace safe, but and he gave us asked God to bless us so that we could have the ability that he had, when he left, that it'd be something extra that God gave to us. He was a writer too, and so we just want to let you know that too. And so now Travis kept aside from art, and he had many wonderful gifts from God. And so, and the angel that he had that guarded him was Angel of Death, which actually is a helper. I think it's called Helper of God. This is it. And it's an angel that didn't fall. It's an angel that helped in Exodus. This is it. So we just want to tell you, it's a helper of God, and it's a good angel, and it protects. It's a protecting angel. And so we just want to let you know that too again. Okay, so I think I got that right, rabbis, right? And so I heard everybody, the rabbis were really excited because we explained those things about Abel and Zeth and the king. The rabbis can explain more. Rabbis, we don't let the people get near our rabbis basically like that. And people aren't gonna do that. Because if people want to learn, we have made these centers on the one thing that maybe we will activate, for the simple fact that some people are attacking us. There's a lot of wacko people. Okay, because Sid, and we have a rabbi, and we know that something happened to the rabbi, and people said they didn't know what happened, but it's busy. And basically said, and the rabbi knew who me and my beloved Shabbat are, and knew I had been kidnapped, and knew what had happened to us and everything. And the rabbi was found dead in his office. Now he was over in Georgetown, an ultra-Orthodox rabbi, and somebody would have seen in a beautiful neighborhood like that. There's the Four Seasons Hotel. As I said, there's Georgetown, there's the World Bank and all those places around there. So somebody should have been able to see what happened to the rabbi in his office, because he was found in his office. It wasn't his. I don't know if he lived there, but he said I don't think he lived in his office. Okay, just doing it too. So we don't like that, because I said, and people do things to our people. So we had made the centers so that people can be taught things, and the rabbi can be on the screen, and he can speak to the people if they want to learn. So because some people, there are people that want to do things to us, and so we just want to let you know that too. Like today, the bread attack. But those are people that obviously do things to us all the time, and they pretend to be. They're not our friends, and obviously we're bad USA people, and they look like soldiers from America. And the way they were hyped. He showed me his tea container, but I just know it wasn't tea. The way they acted, and it wasn't alcohol. It was some kind of chemical, a really bad chemical. And so they were like hopping around and everything. And I noticed that on that one spot there was a man. He had really big hands, but he pretended to be a woman, and the way he was holding his hand, I know you, and I saw his face. I said, look at that. That's not a man. Look at that. You don't think that's a man? Look at that. That's not a woman. Basically said so. It was a man dressed like a woman, but his face didn't match, and his hand was really big. They were been waiting to see if I usually go up and sit and try to speak to you or write, and I didn't. I noticed from the other day when I went up there and the guards came, and I saw what was up there. I wasn't going to sit there, and so they were waiting stationed to see if I would go that way. The bad people, and everybody knows my beloved feet. Everybody knows that they were mad because they couldn't kill me like they wanted to, and they came and they threw that donut at me, chocolate covered donut. I'm a Jew. Okay, and it's Passover for me, and I don't eat bread at any time. Usually, I'm not a bread eater. I don't eat bread. I eat matzah, and that one time when I had frostbite, I had to eat bread to take medicine. And it's just and when I was in the hospital for frostbite and going back and forth, but I don't eat bread, and especially at Passover. As I said, so we just wanted to say that. Okay, so we'll talk to you later about other things. I'll try to make notes, and so we can talk to you about spiritual things that help you greatly, because we're here to help you. Okay, so we're a king and queen that God made. Me and my beloved husband, Kim, and all our beloved royal family, the royal family, and we're here to help our people, our beloved royal family members, and our beloved kinspeople, citizen in our kingdom, and animals too. As I said, we're to help, and God sent us. You're born for a reason. We were born for this, and we were for heaven, and God made us to help, and we live for eternity, and we're to explain to you these things to help you. And basically, and so I don't understand this other thing, these bad, but those are bad things that are attacking us. So please understand that, and the bad things that are attacking us, they have nothing to do with anything except the devil. You got to know that these dirty things that you see can't be anything but dirty, and they're not going to be the bad. This is the time. This is the Passover that, what I understand, all the rabbis waited for, and the angel said it's the end of time for all bad things. We know that it's here. Basically said, and we have told you that before. And basically said, so it's just going to be. You saw all the things that happened, and this is like the fourth night of Passover. It begins. You see all the things that happened, just in 3 days, and also fourth day, and we have a few more days of this. It's beautiful, our holidays, and our holidays are forever and ever, for all time. That means we live forever. That's what it means. You understand a life cycle, right? It's like a circle, and it's unbroken. But if you do something really bad, you become a flat line permanently, and you lose. Like the ones that mixed with the fallen things and did things on purpose to people, and did that on purpose. Blasphemy is one of the uncorrectable sins. That would be these women and men that think they could make excuse me with my hand. They think that these women think that they could bear a baby that you're to bow down to and say that's not my God. You know, some dirty woman that's having that. You see, I think that a woman will be smelly, and that God wouldn't do that, and doesn't have to do it anyway. We told you our God showed His hands through the clouds and spoke to us. I want to mention about a policeman. You know, his father cried. It was me and my beloved in the community were little kids. He cried at his funeral, and his son had made a recording. You know, his son knew that, you know, something would happen to him. You know, he was rich, and his father said, why did you want to be, why, you know, you don't need to be a policeman. You're rich, you have money, I'll give you more money, I'll do this with your hair, and so and so and so. But he made a recording for at his funeral that he told his father and his family, everything. He became a policeman because he didn't like wicked things, and he wanted to help to make things good. He had heard me and my beloved husband say that to him, and too, and he said that he felt the same. He felt the same about uh, 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 wanting things to be good, like we did. He left that at his funeral, and I thought about that today when I saw certain things, and so basically said, and so I wanted to mention that policeman, and his something happened where I thought about that policeman today, and so and oh something how he was rich and but he tried to be really strong. But I said, and so I just wanted to mention that about him, if his family's still around, because he was from here, and he was here, and he left that for his father cried even more at his funeral, and so we just wanted to mention that to you too, and we know that he'll come back. He knew that he would come back, and he just wanted to help make things good. And so now we know that the resurrection comes. The resurrection, our people who hurt come back in the resurrection and live for eternity. Because they were sealed by our beloved God's God alone too. Like we're sealed by our beloved God's God alone. Me and my beloved to the kingdom of speed, our family and the beautiful animals of the kingdom too. We live for eternity. So sealed by our beloved God's God alone. And our people who come back in the resurrection live for eternity. We're just talking to you. It's Passover, and it's a beautiful, and it means that death passes us over. That's what Pesach means, and so that's one of the meanings. And so now, so you understand the life cycle, right? It's a circle, and if you're good, it's unbroken, and there comes a part in existence where it mentions about our kingdom. The resurrection happens after that, and there's also a period before that where people don't die. And our people who are hurt come back and they live for eternity. The people who are good won't perish. Is that what I'm saying? Some people have to go so they can come back and be healthy. And they did sins they have to pay for. But there are some sins that you can't pay for. Like God calls those women blasphemous whores, or calls it a blasphemous whore. And that's something that you can't correct. I saw some on the internet where these women think that they're not my God. That's God is not a female, and also and how we saw where they had tried to make Archangel Gabriel into a female. That's not true either. That's a lie. Archangel Gabriel is a male. So we just wanted to tell you how all these dirty things did all these bad things down here, and they go. Some of the fallen angels mixed with each other and made things. So you must understand that too. And also, I saw something else on the internet, how they lied. Myriad. God has more than 200 angels. So a myriad is more than 200 angels. It has to be more than 200. Because nobody ever knew the number. And nobody knows the number. So God just says in our books, myriad after myriad, myriad of angels. And so basically said, our God would reveal that. Someone told a fib, as more than 200 angels that fell and tried to do stuff and tried to hurt our God. Those go away. The angels with us didn't fall. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just want to explain that again to you. We're going to explain that again to you too. Okay, so now try to keep us on alert, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can. This is kind of like a long recording. And Hagzamea again. And it'll be Shabbat soon again too. And Shavuot. Again, right? Shavuot. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Shavuot. Hagzamea again.